Hello everyone out there. I am currently fighting for my life, but you know what? It's fine. We're back because we're never gonna get anywhere if we don't try to stay consistent. So here we are. Welcome back to the channel. I think this is where I'm going to film. I'm in the living room right now in my gaming chair. So I think this is what we're gonna do. So I'm not always in the bedroom and in a very like weird space, and I can be sitting and looking. Hopefully the quality on this is better. The last video, episode 1 to the House of the Dragons, that was like 360 quality, and I'm not really sure why, because I've never had any of my videos come out to be 360 quality. But hey, this is all an experiment at the end of the day, and you gotta start somewhere. Y'all heard what I was saying, so that is the most important part. But we're back with episode 2 review. I took notes this time. I took notes, and like I said, I think I'm gonna do this every week because that's literally Game of Thrones is probably the only thing that's keeping me going. So we just gonna do what we have to do with that. But anyway, in the last video, I said that they're gonna be releasing every other week, every 2 weeks. I don't know if that's still true or not. I thought it was true, but then somebody told me that they are gonna be releasing every week. If that's the case, great. Then we'll get videos every week until it's over with. But anyway, yeah, episode 2, here we go. Let's get into it. Episode 2, the Rogue Prince. Okay, so we've seen the opening. The opening was cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little underwhelming. Not sure what I thought I wanted or what I expected. I like that they kept the same theme song. I thought they would have changed the theme song up just a little bit. Like they would have used a different rendition of the theme, the main Game of Thrones theme. But I love the theme song, so it really don't matter to me too much. But again, the opening was cool. I think the open animation was cool. How they have blood going towards, you know, all the house sigils and everything, you know, blood of the dragon, blood of my blood, all that. So yeah, I think what'll be cool, because like we discussed last time, they already signed for season 2. I think what'll be cool is if they do change the opening a little bit more often, dropping Easter eggs in the opening and doing stuff like that. I think that would be really good to see, because in the main Game of Thrones show, they didn't really do that until like season 8, like the last season. Then they started to, you know, they had the wall that was broken down and stuff like that. So I would like to see a little bit more attention to detail to those things as well. As things change through the show, they can start to change the opening bit by bit. Okay, so Princess Rhaenyra. That's how you pronounce her name, Princess Rhaenyra. I wrote it down here, Rhaenyra. I like her. I like Princess Rhaenyra a lot. I think obviously it's definitely giving a little bit of a reminiscent feeling to young Daenerys. A little bit different because she's so far from what she's seen. She obviously comes from like a much better background than Daenerys did. Daenerys did not grow up with a father. She, the Mad King died while she was a baby, and all her life's traumas. But Rhaenyra, you know, her and her father they're a little estranged right now, obviously, because, you know, grief will do that. She lost her mother in the first episode. But I like her. I like her character so far. I think she's young, ambitious, you know. I love it. I love it. I love that she's different. In terms of, but she has an opportunity to be different because she is a Targaryen. She does have those privileges to be able to ride a dragon, and she is the princess, so she can go out and kind of do, you know, a whole bunch of different things. So we like her character so far. Daemon, the king's brother, King Viserys' brother, I don't mind Daemon right now in the second episode. I feel like the first episode was showing us how different he is from his brother, but I don't feel like like I said before, he's definitely not nearly as bad as Joffrey and Ramsay. The fact that he loves his niece, and I do think he loves his brother too. I just think he might love power, and he might be a little bit more envious than the love runs for his brother. But in terms of his niece, he definitely seems to have a soft spot for her. Not sure if it's incestuous or not yet, but as of right now, it does seem still to be kind of just familial, like just platonic in that way. So yeah, I like that he's not a monster, because Joffrey and Ramsay from Game of Thrones, they didn't love anybody. I'm more than positive they were incapable. I'm pretty sure they were just psychopath, sociopath, like they were just crazy. So yeah, but I'm definitely very happy that we got to see that side of Daemon. I think he's just obviously living in his brother's shadow. I don't know. I think one of the things too I'm going to point out is the age ranges. We don't know how old anybody is. I can just make an assumption, but I feel like that's another thing too. You have the little brother who might be significantly younger than his older brother. So there might be like a generational gap in terms of, you know, of course, personalities and everything. So I don't know how old Daemon is even supposed to be. Also, that would explain how he may be closer to Rhaenyra, because they might be closer in age. They definitely are closer than age, for sure, to age, but how much? Like, for example, I have an uncle, he's like 3 or 4 years older than me. So if they're not that far in age, you know, versus maybe 10 plus years older, you know, it depends. King of the Hand. King of the Hand, what's his face? Hightower. I think that's his last name, Hightower or something. Yeah, I could tell he's a snake. People have been calling him the middle finger. Obviously, you know, Littlefinger was a snake in the main series. Now we have middle finger. That he's definitely giving Littlefinger energy, for sure. He definitely feels like he's got his own agenda. I'm sure he does care for the prince, not the prince, the king, but he's got his own agenda. Like most people, they just want their family to come into power and do all that kind of shit. So not too much more on that. Now let's get to the nitty gritty, to the good stuff. Lord Colas, I think that's how you say his name, but we just go ahead and be very blunt. Our homie who is black, the only black character in the show, who is LaytheRam is his last name. They are Valerian, but what is his last name? I'm pretty sure it's like Valerian as well, but it's spelled differently than like the Valerian language or the Valerian people. Anyway, listen, I get that this is a different time. This is a different time. It's medieval. All this stuff happened probably in real life, right? Like, we know throughout history, women have a history of not being respected, basically having their destinies filled out for them at birth, having to always marry somebody else and whatever to combine houses, whereas the son can do whatever they want. You know, misogynistic, sexist societies. I understand historical contents. I also understand, you know, the time period and whatever, right? And I also understand the politics. That's what I was going to say, politics. The politics behind it as well. But for y'all to really entertain giving away your 8-year-old daughter, Lady Lena, is corny as hell to me, to the king. First of all, again, we don't know the age of any of these people. The king, you talking about, we can get married. You know, the little girl, there's a scene where they're walking. Of course, thankfully, Viserys is not a psycho. He's not interested. He, first of all, is mourning his actual wife. And second of all, he understands, look, this is a child. Like, that's crazy. Now, I get it. I hear what y'all talking about. She's Valerian. She has Targaryen blood. They the richest house in the in the Seven Kingdoms, da, da, da. I get it's a great political move. But this is a baby. She's 8. That's crazy. And you know, and she's talking about, yeah, I don't have to bed you till I'm 14, you know, whatever.
I am disgusted.
It just made me sick. It made me sick. And like I said, I understand the context, so it is what it is, but I can still be sickened by the context. I think it's just sad. Like that really is the era though. And that's happened. I mean, we can study real life history and, you know, and not even history, because I'm more than positive that could still be happening to this day. You know, child brides and all kind of shit, and arranged marriages, really. I mean, you know, any type of arranged marriage, and you got to bring in an heir, that obviously means a lot of the stuff going on is non-consensual. So it sucks, but, you know, I don't like that too much, okay? But that also leads me into the relationship between Alicent and the king. Alicent is the king of the king's daughter, Alicent, which is also Rhaenyra's best friend. I knew that was coming. But I don't like it. I mean, I just feel like she obviously, if she's your daughter's friend, she can't be no more than 16, 17 her damn self. And, you know, the idea that, you know, it's organic is corny to me. I remember I was watching After the Credits, and the actress that played her, and this is no hate to the actress, obviously, she was like, yeah, we got to see the build of their relationship. Did we? The build of their relationship? Like as if it was organic and it just came about. No, baby. You would have never even been in there with the king if it wasn't for your dad telling you to go in there and comfort him. Like, come on, like, it was all chess moves. That's it. You would not have been caught up with no old ass man like King Viserys if you didn't have to be. If you could be with one of them young handsome knights, that's exactly who you would have been with. You wouldn't have been with, you know, especially your best friend's dad. You wouldn't have did that, so there's nothing organic about it. Your dad told you to go in there and make the right moves, and that's what you did. That's it. Now, granted, King Viserys is probably a lot nicer and not as much of a scumbag as the other kings, but that's just what it is. So I don't like the relationship. It don't really matter what I like. Of course, obviously we know now that they're in a relationship. It was revealed that he is choosing to take her hand in marriage, so it is what it is, and it does suck, and I feel for Rhaenyra. I feel for her. I think that sucks. I would be pissed. I would really be pissed, honestly. Because my thing is, you got to do what you got to do. It is what it is. But I feel like the fact that I didn't get a heads up, like that's how I would feel. I'd be like, you could have given me a heads up. At this point, I've already accepted that you have to remarry, that you're still trying for a boy, a proper heir, all this bullshit. I get that. But you could have, somebody could have at least reached out to me and been like, look, I'm thinking about choosing her or whatever, for whatever reason, because she's a little bit older and it's a good move, you know what I mean? The High Towers are a good family, they have money too, whatever. But to just, I'm standing there, we all in the little council meeting, and you just put that on me, that you about to be hooking up with my best friend, corny. I want some more exploration of Dragonstone. I do. I feel like we got to see a little bit, obviously, in the main series, Game of Thrones. We saw the throne room when Daenerys was talking to Jon Snow. I want to see more of Dragonstone, though. I really want to really dig deeper into that. I hope that that is something that comes later. I feel like the cousin, the queen that never was, and I really can't pronounce her name, but she also has an R name. So yeah, she's just gonna be the queen that never was. I feel like she's bitter. I feel like she's bitter because deep down she feels like, even though we know Rhaenyra probably doesn't have a chance to become queen, I feel like she's kind of bitter that she even got as far as the king making her, excuse me, making her the the next in line. I feel like she's a little bitter about that. And that sucks because, you know, again, that scene where the king and the little girl was walking and the princess was watching from out yonder, and she starts to walk off. She finna walk off, and then here go to the queen that never was coming out her neck talking about, you don't really like it, do you? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't really matter what I like. Like, he's got to do what he's got to do. Oh, but I didn't ask that. You don't like it. Well, girl, do you like it? Of course you don't like it, but you understand duty. And then she wanted to sit up here and be like, well, I understand the duty and you don't. I understand it too. That doesn't mean I have to parade around here with a smile on my face just because I understand what has to happen. Like, why are you even talking to me right now? Ain't nobody even said nothing to you. I was not even talking to you, girl, so why are you coming out of here now talking about some, you don't like it much, do you? No, and I don't have to like it because ultimately y'all have already shown me my opinion, and what I think and what I feel don't really matter. So if I want to sit up here and cry about it and be pissed, I can do that at least. I can at least do that even if it's not going to make a difference. But you over here talking to me about the kings, you know, the men would rather see this place burned than to have a queen on the thing. On the throne. You're damn right they would rather do that. But here's my thing. Who cares? We're not even talking about that. We're talking about the fact that you were coming at me like crazy. Like, please shut up talking to me. Seriously. I like her character, and I think that she is, I like her character. I like the queen that never was, but in terms of just that little moment, I feel like instead of giving a power play or giving advice or being guiding like she could have, she chose to be bitter, and I don't really like that. I feel like, you know, that could have been a moment where it did show some female unity, because I'll be honest, we don't see that a lot in the series. I mean, you know, Daenerys had her friend, and that might be it. I don't really know of too many other like female woman relationships in the main series. So yeah, I just feel like you could have had that moment to be a mentor versus being just kind of like catty about it, or, you know. So but I do like that. I don't know what's in the cards for Daemon and Rhaenyra. What is in the cards for their relationship. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's not incestuous now. We know that it's not incestuous now, but like I said, Daemon has a soft spot for her, clearly, when she pulled up at Dragonstone and went to get her egg back, which I loved. I thought that was a very cool scene. But we don't know how he feels. He does love her, which is fine. I think an uncle should love his niece, but again, we don't know what's to come in the future. But as of right now, all the silly stuff behind, I do like the relationship. And I think it's crazy that Daemon was bluffing. He was bluffing about everything, which leads me to my next point. The King Viserys, let's really get into it. He's giving Ned Stark. And that makes me sad because Ned Stark was too good for his own well-being. Viserys, the fact that you don't even know your brother well enough to know that he was bluffing the whole time. He didn't marry this chick. She ain't with child. I just feel like you need to pay more attention. Like, you just have to pay more attention. The fact that you really let your brother get one over on you, because had Rhaenyra not come, it would have been a silly, there would have been death, bloodshed, all that. Like, I'm very confused why you don't know your brother. Like, you not reading the room. And I just feel like he's gonna end up like Ned Stark. I doubt he'll be beheaded, but he's gullible. He just makes me feel like he's gullible, and he's just not fit to be the king. Which is another little, I think, thing. One of my homies told me that apparently he keeps getting cut on the throne. He's not meant for the Iron Throne. He's not meant for the Iron Throne because he can't. I'm gonna be honest, you have to rule with an iron fist. A lot of people want to do the, would you rather be loved or feared? Easily feared. Easily. That's really the only way, if you rule in kingdoms, it's the only way you're gonna get any respect and get anything done. These people, his council, talk to him any old kind of way. They run him over. The fact that Lord Colis, whatever, was just so comfortable going to Dragonstone, meeting with Daemon to basically commit treason, because that's what it was. You meeting secretly to do some stuff behind the king's back, that's treason. The fact that he went there and really didn't shed no sweat about it, like, I'm not even supposed to be here for real, whoop de woo. He wasn't sweating about that. Because I feel like nobody is taking you serious, Viserys, at all. He's just gullible, and I feel like he's silly, and don't get me wrong, he's not a bad character. He's a nice guy. But we know now, after watching the first series, we know being nice is not going to get you nowhere, okay? We know that. Being nice and being good does not matter in this type of world at all. I'm going to be honest. I'm counting down the moments that Viserys is gonna get up out of here. I'll be surprised if he make it to the next season, to the last episode of this season. I'll be surprised. I don't want to see him die, but this is Game of Thrones we talking about. So we'll see. And to kind of wrap this up, clearly there's a new threat in Bravos. I don't know if it's Davos or Bravos, but basically that area on the beach where we see the crabs eating at people and whatnot, and this character with this mask with the chipped up skin, that's clearly a threat. That's clearly one problem that we're gonna have to get through this season, whoever or whatever that is. I think it's in Bravos, I'm pretty sure. So I'm very excited to see where that leads. And my last point is I really would like to learn more about the giant dragon Balon and the Black Dread. So that was mentioned as well. So there you have it, y'all. Those are my notes. Isn't it better when I take notes? I'm gonna keep taking notes. I'm gonna keep taking notes. I'm gonna keep taking notes. Much better. I think this is gonna be the format for the videos. But yeah, y'all, it's heating up. It's heating up. It's getting back to what we know and love for sure. So I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. So what did y'all think about the episode? Did you like it? Are you into it? Does it have your attention? I'll be honest, again, like I said in the first episode, I do love the show. I like being back into this world. I think the show's good, but ultimately, like I always say, like I said a million times before, I think just because we know the end, it just still kind of feels pointless. But what I would like to see the show do is really dig deep into the fact that the Targaryens fell. I feel like, and I was saying this back when I was watching the first Game of Thrones, it doesn't make any sense how the Targaryens fell at all. Y'all have dragons, y'all have, in the books they have, like, I don't know if they have powers. I don't know, they have something, they're different, like they're powerful. So the fact that all of you took L's doesn't make any sense to me. By the time we get to the current timeline, if you will, where Daenerys is born, it's her and I think it's Viserion. It might be Viserys, but it's her and her crazy ass brother at the start of Game of Thrones. That's it. They're all that's freaking left. And I don't understand how we got to that point, because even with the Mad King, who's her father, it's like, yes, the Mad King was responsible about a whole bunch of stuff, but currently where we're at in the timeline, the Mad King has not even been thought about. The Mad King don't come until the very end. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what happened before the Mad King? There had to have been more going on than just the Mad King. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like I said, a lot of silliness, things dwindling down, the incest definitely collapsing on the inside, a lot of these things. So that's what I have to accept what the show's gonna bring. It's just a deeper dive into the history of the Targaryens. It's not here to you know, soften the wound of what we got out of the last little bit of Game of Thrones. But I am ready for an explanation, because the fact that Daenerys didn't make it, and well, that's a whole nother thing, but the fact that the Targaryens as a house only had Daenerys left behind, like she was really it, is silly to me. So I am very interested to see on where we went wrong. I just don't understand. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about episode 2 in the comments. Anything you want to talk about, or any ideas you had. I'm very excited for episode 3. Like I said, this is the only thing keeping the kid going, because you know, I for whatever reason can't catch a break. But anyway, yeah, so like the video, share it around to your other nerd friends or other people currently watching House of the Dragon. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I don't watch the show, just heads up, on the day it comes out on Sundays. I give it a couple days, maybe a day or two, and then I watch it, and then I do my review. So yeah, it'll come out within the week's time though, so there's that. But anyway, that's it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next installment. Peace.